Paddy Pimblett, what he's done for the country and the scene. Obviously, he'll be keeping an eye on you, and likewise on him down the line. What do you make of him as a character in the sport?
No, he's great, man. And Paddy and I have been in contact a little bit. You know, he's a guy who's in that perfect kind of that perfect position where I'm the guy. I'm going to be the champion here in the next 12 months. He's going to be nipping at my heels, coming into the top 15, coming into the top 10. But I don't have a scarcity mindset when it comes to other guys in my division, especially when I see guys who are doing it the right way, in my opinion. You know, he's a marketable guy. He's a happy guy. He's a fun guy. He's fun to watch. He's fun on the microphone. He's the total package. And people can hate on him all they want, but really they're just being haters because Paddy Pimblett's the total package. But can he put it together inside the octagon within the bells? And continue to keep winning. We'll see.
To say, and I know you've talked about this before, but what is it that makes you want this Paddy fight so much? Is it just the name recognition, the again, building your brand, or do you feel like there's some things that you could maybe do to him that people haven't previously?
I love the atmosphere that he brings to the fight game. It's electric. You know, he's like the way Conor McGregor is coming up. He brings such an atmosphere to the fight. It's amazing, and he's a great fighter, you know, and I think me and him will go out there and bang and put on a great fight for the fans.
Is fighting in London something on your bucket list?
Oh yeah, you know, I love fighting at home, putting on for the New York, for Long Island, but I also love traveling, and I think March in London makes a lot of sense.
How do you think that fight would go down with you and Paddy then?
You know, maybe I rock him and knock him out and finish him. You know, maybe we wrestle and we do a little grappling. You know, I love to grapple as well. He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist as well. So am I. So I think it would be a fun fight everywhere.
Hey, Dana, to your right.
Yeah.
You brought up his name, Sugar Sean O'Malley. How would you compare the stardom of Paddy Pimblett, second fight in with this arena, with the performance, to Sugar Sean O'Malley's stardom right now in the UFC?
I don't know. I mean, it's close. They're both huge. I mean, the difference between a guy like Paddy is these guys that are from England or Brazil or China or whatever it is. They got a whole country behind them. You know what I mean? America doesn't really work like that. So when you can become a star like O'Malley is in America, it's a big deal.
And as far as Paddy, I mean, where did that performance show? I know you were getting asked a ton about him this week, and to deliver like he did. What's your perspective on him now?
Yeah, this week I was getting tired of hearing, oh, wait till you see his walkout, wait till you see this and that. I'm like, I want to see him fight. He needs to win. This, but he did, and he did spectacularly. And when he was in trouble, he came back and turned the fight around and won. I'll give you an example. So on my Instagram, I posted the face-offs yesterday from the heavyweight fight. Did 120,000 views on my Instagram. Paddy's face-off did 1.3 million. So all the talk going to this fight about his walk-in and all this shit, listen, it's real. This kid's got a ton of hype behind him, and tonight he showed everybody that he's the real deal.
And I know you don't matchmake on the night of the fight, but Ilya Topuria got a big finish. Paddy, they had their beef this week. Do you feel like that's kind of just a layup for you guys?
No, I have no idea. I don't know what's next. I'm not even, tonight was such a good night. Like, my brain is absolute mush tonight. I'm just, and my voice and some other things too. But we'll get back home and figure out what's next. And tonight re-energized me and reminded me of what it's like to do fights over in the UK, man. We're coming back this year. I don't give a shit what the schedule is. We're gonna be moving some shit around when we get home. So, the way I look at it, you do half the kids that won, you come back here and do a card with them and somebody else, and you take the other half of the kids to Abu Dhabi in October. So just off the top of my head, that's what I'm thinking right now.
Your last 3 fights, obviously, you were fighting alongside Paddy. You were both going into fight week together. What's it like not having him with you?
It's a lucky thing I've had 14 fights without him and still won, isn't it? Look, he's on the phone every day, the same as every other training partner that I've got in that gym. We've got 6 lads fighting on Cage Warriors on Saturday in Manchester. So he's coaching there. He's devastated not to be here, but it kind of gives us a chance to be our own person and not Siamese twins. He's missed. I do miss walking around the hotel and not getting like people trying to tackle us or arguments kicking off everywhere to keep the fight week entertaining. But yeah, I'll see him on Tuesday anyway.
Has he given you any advice going into this one?
Do you know, in this camp, he's coached a lot. When we've been sparring, he's really, through when I've brought people in to spar me, he's tried to coach them on how to beat me in rounds in a positive way. And it wasn't happening, so I was buzzing with that. He's like me little big brother, isn't he? And I can't wait to do him proud and just prove that I'm not riding on the back of someone else's coattails. Also, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. Can we all, like, no one knows the reality of what's gone on, but Paddy's made a real close connection with baby Lee, a 4-year-old who had a brain tumour who passed away a couple of weeks ago, and we went to the funeral and paid our respects, and then Friday morning, 3 a.m, he's had a message saying one of his best mates has killed themselves. Could you imagine being Paddy Pimblett, coming out to this reception and having to deliver when you're dealing with that heavy on your heart? So when he's gave that message in front of all of yous and he's been honest and he's told you everything about mental health, please believe me, he shows us all that he's iron. He's no one can break this boy, and I genuinely believe it. No one can penetrate that or can penetrate that. But he showed you no matter what, 2 deaths in 2 weeks, he can overcome anything.